Apparently, the world has forgotten 2016. Because I'm hearing reports today, after the massive trade up by San Francisco, that they may be targeting Mac Jones or Justin Fields. No. San Francisco just went nuclear, and they're going with Trey Lance. Understand that to this point, even though we saw the San Francisco 49ers in the Super Bowl in 2019-2020, we have never seen the Kyle Shanahan offense in San Francisco. In 2016, Matt Ryan set career highs in every number. Absolutely across the board, every number. And the Atlanta Falcons scored over 34 points a game. We have not seen San Francisco top 30. And 3 of the years, they were in the low 20s. This Kyle Shanahan offense is capable of 34, 35, 36. That is a nuclear number for an offense in the NFL. So what do you do when you lose your defensive coordinator to another team? You put it on the shoulders of the offensive coordinator that you got. And this is not the first time we've seen this. This directly parallels with the Kansas City Chiefs taking Patrick Mahomes. Because if you look back to Kansas City, they were working on a horizontal stretch offense, something that was quick hitting, something that was decisive. This is something Alex Smith could do. But when Patrick Mahomes was taken, you'd heard the reverberations through Kansas City that we need to get more vertical. We need to get more vertical. Well, you can ask Alex Smith to get more vertical all you want, but that's not what his game presents. Much in the same way, you can ask the same of Jimmy Garoppolo, and you're not going to get it. That's not who he is. But when Kansas City got Mahomes in and used their horizontal stretch that they were putting on defenses, and they took it vertical, offense broke defense. And that's the way you should expect to see this San Francisco offense in the near future. We have seen the outside zone. We have seen the jet motion looks from Shanahan in San Francisco. They are stretching defenses very thin. Quick hitting, decisive passes into vertical alleys. But they have not pushed the ball down the field. If you look at the numbers of Matt Ryan in 2016, his yards per catch, his yards per air attempt, they were all higher than San Francisco has ever shown under Shanahan because the quarterbacks that Shanahan had never had the ability to attack the field that way. But somebody does, and his name is Trey Lance. Add on top of that the outside zone that Shanahan runs and the jet motions that he shows stretches the defense very wide. It's hard to hold your run gaps in that defense. Do you have to account for Jimmy Garoppolo in the run game? No. But you do with Trey Lance. So that's one more obstacle. That's closer to 11-on-11 football. So this San Francisco offense that is stretching people too far wide for them to handle just got one more responsibility. This San Francisco offense that's stretching gaps across the zone or across man coverage and hitting quick vertical seams now can take you deep. They have a quarterback who can extend a play. They have a quarterback with a high-ranking deep ball. And on top of that, with the arm talent that Trey Lance has, every single catch becomes that much more of a yak producer. When you have an arm talent on that level, separation holds. A wide receiver has more space when they catch the ball. That's going to produce more yak. And you're looking at Kittle, Debo, and Ayuk already on this offense. A second-round pick of a player like Rondale or Elijah Moore would make this terrifying. The offenses of the Rams family tree and the offenses of the Shanahan family tree, they're not that much different. There are differences, but they're not that different. And we have seen that the Rams are trying to get bigger arm talent with Stafford, the mobility and the arm talent of Tannehill, what Rodgers has done in his scheme. San Francisco just took theirs. They traded up for Trey Lance. You don't put 3 first-round picks on the table to get a healthy version of Jimmy Garoppolo in Mac Jones. Shanahan is not going to like a Justin Fields type prospect. He tends to second guess decisions. He hesitates on his throws. He wants someone who can make a quick decision and put the ball out there so that his offense can function. That's Trey Lance. In this offense, you are looking for the high-ranking arm talent. He has that. Check that box. You are looking for the quick decision making. Check that box. And if you can get it on top of that, get some plus athleticism in there. Because now the horizontal stretch is destructive. There is no possible way to account for every threat. The vertical stretch is now a part of this offense. And by doing those two pieces, there is no way to defend Shanahan's offense anymore. While Zach Wilson is our number 1 quarterback on the board, and fits this system flawlessly right from the jump, and Trevor Lawrence does edge Trey Lance by a little bit in the grade, make no mistake about it, it isn't going to look that way. Because while Trey Lance isn't necessarily ready day one, I expect Shanahan to be a little bit of a dinosaur and start Garoppolo to start the year because he wants a quarterback who has mastered his offense by the time he gets into it. When Trey Lance hits the field, the chain of events starts towards nuclear. There's no way to defend the field that Trey Lance and Shanahan can attack in tandem. There is no way. Because of that, perception in 2 years is going to be that Trey Lance was quarterback one from this draft class. And in fantasy football circles, Trey Lance is the one to own. You might have to wait a couple weeks, maybe half a season, maybe a full season. But once he hits the field, it's over. Everyone in the NFC, everyone in the NFL, duck and run for cover because Shanahan just got his cheat code. And much like Andy Reid when he got his Patrick Mahomes, there's no way to stop this anymore. And as of today, it's only a matter of time. Enjoy the show. I love you guys. We need you. Stay strong. And I'll see you on the other side.